Alright, so guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope all is going good. Now, today I've put a few clips together of pro-migrant protesters taken to the streets, or just speaking out in general, and they are basically fighting the migrants' fight. You know, migrants that have come into the UK illegally, they are outside fighting for them, and they are fighting for their positions to stay in hotels at the expense of themselves and us. You know, they somehow want to accommodate this, so why can't they just foot the bill? Why does everyone need to foot the bill? And guys, what you're going to see in this clip you're seeing right now that I'm previewing is the presenter's basically going to say, why don't you want to take him into your house? And of course she's like, no, I can't fit 60 people in my house. Well, you can take a few, can't you? Because you're out protesting and you clearly care about them, so why don't you just take a few? But she's like, no, I support them being in hotels and they should just stay there. And it's like, but we're paying for this and people don't want to pay for this. Guys, very quickly before I proceed with the content, it seems like I'm having a go, you know, with migrants. And I've seen a few comments saying that, like, why am I having a go so much at migrants? And that's not it. Number one, this is just wrong. Number two, we don't want to pay for this. And number three, there's this new wave of migrants that are coming into the UK that are very entitled, and they're spoiling it for migrants who have been here decades before them and they've contributed to the United Kingdom. You know, loads of migrants have come over in the 60s, 70s, 80s, back in the day, and they've come to the UK, they've embraced the UK, they've accepted UK as their home, and they've given to the UK society, they've contributed to the UK economy, they've got involved, you know, they've tried to be an asset, and they've been an asset to the United Kingdom. And you're getting new migrants that are coming into the UK now, and a lot of them don't even care to assimilate. They don't care to get involved. They don't care about what Britain is doing. They're just here to use UK for what UK can give them. So they're simply just incentivized by monetary gain and by whatever they can get from the UK, and they are spoiling things for all immigrants in the United Kingdom. So a lot of immigrants that have been in the UK and contributed to the UK have been, you know, voicing their concerns and saying, hang on, I'm not a part of this. I don't agree with this. You know, they're spoiling things for me because they're coming in, and them being so entitled is rubbing off on the rest of us, and it's making us all look unreasonable, and we don't want to be in that boat with them. And that's a very reasonable argument. Honestly, it's a very reasonable argument. So this is why I have to call it out. You know, this is not right. They're not even coming over to adhere to anything the UK has. They're just coming over because, you know, it is not all of them, of course, but a portion. There is a portion that are coming over, you know, because they look at the UK as a place where they can just take. And again, they're leaving France to come here. So a lot of these guys are going to talk about them running for their lives and being less secure, but France is a secure country. So why are they leaving France to come to UK? Like, it should click in their brains, but it's just not clicking in their brains. You know, they just feel like, oh, you know, we just need to be charitable. Charitable for how long? You know, English Anglo-Saxons, I've said it many times, they're going to be a minority in their own country in the next couple of decades. That's crazy. Are you serious? And they should still be charitable to more people coming in. No chance, man. That's silly.
I live locally. I grew up locally, and I heard about Connor and his friends that were bringing their protest from outside of this area, and it made me feel very concerned. We are a really diverse, welcoming, tolerant, respectful community. We do loads of work locally, and we work with the refugees, with the asylum seekers, sorry. They're really integrated in our society, and it's really important for me and my friends and our locals to come along and show a different viewpoint, because these views that he's bringing into our society are not welcome here.
They've been chanting at you. If not in the hotels, would you take them in?
Well, in my house? Well, I wouldn't fit 60 people in my house, would I? So I think a hotel is a perfectly fine place for now. The issue is, the asylum seekers that are living in this house have come from the most, if you look at the top 10 most dangerous countries in the world right now, a lot of the men that are living in this hotel are from those countries. Their dads, their uncles, their older siblings. They've made a really dangerous, difficult journey to try and get sanctuary for them and their families. So it's really important they have somewhere to go, and that's completely within our international laws. And if it ever happened to us, I'd hope another country would welcome me in. But they're stuck in a hotel and they don't really want to be. They would absolutely love for the Home Office to speed things up approve their illegal refugee status so they can set up a life here. They can get a house, they can get a job, they can start paying their tax and contributing to our society. And that's great because we've got lots of diversity in this area and we can take more. It's ridiculous what people are saying, it's not true. And that's why we feel so passionately and why we've come out today to show that these views are not welcome here, but the asylum seekers are.
Notice she said their dads, their uncles, their older siblings, so she clearly knows that it's just men that are coming. So women aren't coming and children aren't coming. So let me get this right, you flee and you just leave them there. So the man that should be protecting is leaving, so how's the woman gonna live and how's the kids gonna survive? Does that make any sense? And she's literally just saying the men, the men, the men. So you know it's just men coming. So why don't you question yourself and say, hang on, where's the women? Where's the children? What's really going on here? Why are they back home if it's so dangerous? You know, you'd ask these kind of questions if you're serious. But when you're not serious and you just want to signal your virtue and just look like a good Samaritan, then you just get lost in this wokeness she's doing. The clip you just watched was from Milton Keynes, and this one we're going to be watching now is from Long Eaton.
Tax the rich and welcome migrants. 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 Migrants. We're not welcome enough to come.
Look at this one, people. He's in his own little world. I wonder what music he's listening to.
Where's that moron?
He's got a little wiggle on.
Not my neighbour. We're not my neighbour.
I wonder where all these lot have come from.
Okay. I cannot listen to anything.
Oh, there we go. Refugees are welcome here. Does anyone recognise any of these?
No, because I'm not from around here. Well, if I see Undertaker again, I'll know her face. I'll DDT her.
I would probably be paying around 2-3 grand a month in tax yet, and I could not give a flying fuck how much of that money goes to migrant hotels. I could not give a flying fuck if every single penny of that money went to migrant hotels. If you believe that people that are more oppressed than you are the root cause of all your problems, you are brainwashed. Yes, some migrants commit crimes and they should be punished, deported, whatever. However, if you think that an entire demographic should be judged off the basis of what a few of them do, I have awful news for you for what you're going to think about what we should do to men. Don't get me wrong, I hate paying tax as much as the fucking next person. I don't think the money's being used efficiently. Definitely not under the last government. Definitely not under this fucking government. However, I want to live in a country where some of that money goes to helping people, regardless of what skin colour they are, regardless of what nationality they are, regardless of where they're from. But I promise you, if you have issues in your life and you think they are caused by immigrants, please, there is enough money in this country to solve the problems we have, but it's not immigrants' fault, it's not been spent properly.
Clearly she's not paying attention, you know. No one's saying that it's just migrants' fault. No one's saying that. What they are saying is the UK have enough problems of its own and the UK don't need to keep importing more people because more people is more problems and things just get more messy. And there's no clarity in what's going on. You know, people are just coming in and it's just chaos. It's really just chaos. So yeah, no one's just trying to demonize migrants. They're saying that the UK, you know, and the UK does have problems that they need to adhere to, the government needs to adhere to, without importing more people and just seeing, you know, the people you're bringing in not even adhering to the law, which is becoming a safety risk to everyone. That makes no sense. Anyway, guys, this is the last clip I'm going to play. It's a guy and he speaks of it, you know, very, very well and, you know, eloquently. So yeah.
People in this room, out there, you guys, we've all been working hard, we pay taxes, and our taxes go towards something. That's our futures, our national health, our police, for security, all the right stuff, schools, education, absolutely right. Every little bit you take away from that goes to this. And then they say they're short here at education, they're short here at NHS. What's the priority? I had to pay for my daughter's birthday party to have balloons made. I did not rely on any of you lot. I had to do it myself. Yeah? So why can we not choose the tax we pay, what we feel is right? Why should we rely on the government, whoever it is, that they should go to this sort of stuff?
Perfectly said. Absolutely. He is correct. You know, the people should have a say, you know, on what their tax paying pounds goes towards. You know, it shouldn't just be taken by the government. You know, they just take all the tax, and then they just spend it on what the people, they spend it against, you know, the British public's interest. So it makes no sense. You know, he's absolutely right, and he gets it. So yeah. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Are you on the side of some of these people that have spoken today, saying how, you know, migrants are welcome in the UK and the UK should just keep on taking more and more and more and more? Or are you opposed to that idea and you believe that it would just lead to chaos? It's already chaos, but you believe that it will lead to further chaos. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you at the next video. Peace.